So because of the immense popularity of sports and other recreational activities, and also because exercising plays a vital role regarding our health, here are the 8 principles of exercise that would help reach any goal that you are aiming for fitness wise. So the first principle is the principle of progressive overload. The principle of progressive overload states that an exercise must consist of continually increasing training loads as your body adapts over time. So, this principle has two mini principles called progression and overload. Proceeding with the first one is overload. For the purpose of improving fitness and strength, an exercise must become more challenging over the course of a training program. You have to put some effort and push your body. So, in this principle, you should challenge your body into exercises that you are not accustomed to, but they should also be exercises that would be beneficial to your goal because of the fact that your body will respond to the load by physiologically adapting to it. Next is the second mini principle called progression. As the body builds and adjusts to the training regimen, you must gradually and systematically increase the workload for continued progress. So, this makes it so that your body will continue to improves certain aspect of the sport or recreational activity that you may get into. For example, a generally accepted guideline for weight training is to increase resistance not more than 10% per week. In general, this is just raising the level of difficulty by benefiting from your body's reaction to the load by physiologically adapting to it, as stated in the previous principle called overload. Proceeding with the second principle is the principle of individualization. The principle states that fitness training programs should be adjusted for personal differences, such as abilities, skills, gender, experience, motivation, past injuries, and physical condition. So, in this principle, your exercise routine should be catered to you and your unique characteristics. Doing this makes it more personalized and much more manageable, meaning it is easier to keep up with, do, and finish because of the adjustments that you did in your exercise routine. And because of those tweaks, it will help you be motivated and be consistent in doing your exercise routine because it is all to your liking na yung pagplan mo dun sa exercise routine mo. Next is the third principle called the principle of regularity. It is important to maintain an exercise regimen that is consistent with exercise taking place at regular intervals. Consistency allows the body to adapt more efficiently and quickly. So, in this principle, this makes it so that your allotted effort and time pays off. Keeping up with doing your exercise routine will help you improve and maintain what your body has adapted to, as well as that you won't falter and neglect your appointed goal. 4. Principle of specificity. Exercise should be designed based on your specific goals and needs. Our body adapts to specific commands, so a specific exercise brings out particular adaptations to create specified training effects. So, in this principle, this is just so that your exercise routine will not be detrimental to your health because you are taking to mind what your goals and needs are. For example, if your goal is long distance running, then your program should include distance running. And on the other hand, if your goal is bodybuilding, then your program should include heavy resistance training. So you'll be able to have a much focused routine or narrowed down routine since your routine will only be consisted of a set of exercise that you'll be able to benefit from to achieve your goal. Fifth is the principle of reversibility. The effects of training and the body's adaptations are reversed if training sessions are too far apart or if there is a long break in exercise. If you stop training in time, you will revert back to your pre training condition. Exercising consistently is key to maintaining fitness. So at this point, you will regress back to your body stage when you first started if you do not maintain the fitness you've acquired. Although, on the other hand, because of your efforts into example, kunwari, you want to become fitter or lose weight or become at this certain weight, you don't need to go through that much rigorous exercises like compared to when you first started. Only exercises that will help maintain your figure because of your hard work in the past, you're already at that certain point of a fitness level. So, ayun nga. So, while adequate recovery time is essential, taking long breaks results in detraining effects that may be noticeable within a few weeks. Significant levels of fitness are lost over longer periods. 6 is the principle of variation and adaptation. Over time, your body will completely adapt to a specific exercise routine to a point where your body will reach training plateau. And training plateau is just the sudden dramatic decrease in noticeable results in your regular workouts. To limit reaching training plateau, exercise must be modified and varied. Variation implies that you should consistently change aspects of your workouts. Varying exercises, sets, reps, intensity, volume, and duration, for example, prevents boredom, promotes more consistent improvement over time, and prevents overtraining. So it also helps with yung motivation and compliance, reducing risk in injuries by overtraining. Kasi you're spicing up your exercise routine because if you reach training plateau, hindi ka na mag-yield ng same ano, like outputs compared to when you first started yung exercise routine mo. So, when you're spicing up your exercise routine, 'di ba na-challenge ka? So, that will be helpful sa terms of motivation and, continuing to do it for the long run. Seventh is the principle of rest and recovery. During exercise, physiological breakdown of tissues occur, and not allowing your body to rest and recover properly will lead to decreased performance, injuries, and fatigue. You must get adequate rest between workouts in order to recuperate. So, rest and recovery is a major key in exercising as well, since your body goes through stressful activities when you start your fitness journey. So your body will even break down yung mga tissues during those exercises. Kaya important yung to let your body rest and heal itself in order to avoid injuries and fatigue na makakahinder sa'yo in the long run. Yung tipong you won't be able to perform as well compared to before. So that's why resting and letting your body heal is also important to exercise. Last but not the least is the principle of periodization. Periodization is the division of a training year, macrocycles, into smaller and more manageable intervals, mesocycles. This principle relates to the long-term plan or goal of an individual. So, itinatahal lang niya yung overall plan ng individual where training is being split into days, weeks, and months in order to achieve yung optimal improvements sa performance at the right time while minimizing injury and burnout. So, since ito yung long-term plan or yung overall ng scope ng goal, you can also find yung other 7 principles kasi in order for you to yield great outcomes. So, that is all lang. And the last slide is yung mga reference na ginamit for this slide. So, thank you.